Well, it's become about 2 o'clock. It quit raining. Look at the Swainsons are starting to soar. Think we're gonna have better luck?
I sure hope so. It looks like everything's getting out and moving. The cattle are standing up, and driving over here we saw a few turkeys, and Swainsons are flying. Looks good to me.
Vamonos.
Even though I have a blind to hide in, I'm gonna be sure to wear my gloves and my head net so I can be sure that turkeys won't see me moving inside the blind. I'm gonna call with diaphragm calls and with a box call, and we'll see what happens. Yeah, that's what it looks like when we get some hens in. Maybe next time it'll be gobblers. They came in close. It's pretty exciting anyway.
You see all those little things bouncing around? Those are grasshoppers. And you've got more than 9 per square yard, huh?
We have infestation.
That qualifies as infestation. Wild turkey are eating them, aren't they?
You bet, and the quail.
Quail,
Yeah, I
too.
think all the birds really enjoy the grasshoppers.
You know, you see the Swainson hawk on the ground a lot of times. He's a big insect eater. And we've seen some grasshoppers that are 4 inches long. Of course,
Yeah.
they'll go after those bigger ones, won't
Yeah,
they?
there's a few big ones, and in a few months, I'm sure there'll be lots of big ones.
The rain makes a difference. That was Bob Glick from McAllen, Texas, calling up those female turkeys. We're going to be on his ranch near Rochelle for the rest of the show. You know, of all the major birds, sandhill cranes, geese particularly, use their voice and in a variety of ways to communicate with one another. But the wild turkey's got to be the most spectacular, have the most range in voice. Hunters in North America have used calls to trick wild turkey since time began. The Indians, they used their mouths, and they even used small reeds. And of course, as time went on, it's become much more sophisticated. We want to show you some of the new equipment and some of the techniques and introduce an expert to you on that right after this break.
I want to thank y'all for coming out this afternoon. My name's Dave Richards. I'm a sales rep with Outdoor Sports. Outdoor Sports is one of the largest sporting goods distributors in the country. There's 175 guys just like me that sell to independent retailers like Mr. Glick over there all over the United States. And today I'm going to talk to y'all a little bit about turkey hunting. Can't stress enough the importance of patterning a shotgun. That gun's main pattern may be 6 inches over here. And your kill zone on a turkey is this brain section and this vertebra. All this wattles out here is just flesh. And you may shoot a bird and it go through there and he's gonna go off in the woods and die 2 days later, but there's nothing sicker than losing a bird after you shot it like that. Your kill zone, like I said, is the brain and the vertebra. You want at least 10 pellets in that kill zone, with whether you're using 2s, 4s, 6s, 2x6s, 2x4s, whatever you're using. Get to the point where you're getting 8 to 10 pellets and move in 5 yards, and that's where your zone kill with that type of shotgun, that's where you're going to be most effective. And don't shoot any further out than that or you're just going to be disgusted. You can always come back the next day and try and get that gobbler. Say the word tuka tuka tuka, almost like you're doing a feeding call. You just stick your lips up close to it. Get a real realistic gobble, and you can get birds to gobble back at you. I don't like using a hen call to try and locate birds because a lot of times you're not really in a position to get set up, and you'll make a hen call and that bird starts looking for you and you're fumbling around through the woods because nothing answered you. And a lot of times these old toms, especially the older birds, will come in silent, and you're walking along and next thing you know, you spooked your bird and he's off running through the woods because he saw you before you saw him. Slate calls are a little bit harder to master. You can purr. A lot of guys use a slate call to purr and to tree talk and do those type of calls. Okay? And you mix those calls in. All you want to do is come over one paddle length. You're coming over one paddle length and working that call. Even when you cackle, okay? You get it to where you're going faster, faster, faster. We're going out on ranches and drive around on the roads, not spooking anything, at 10, 11 o'clock at night and get out about every half a mile and blow on a diaphragm like that, and you'll find where your roosts are. Because once one of them gets going, you'll get some other coyotes yelping, and you'll pick up every roost on a place by doing that. It's a real neat way to locate birds. You can also use a varmint call.
Mira la tesajía. Con esa lluvia, unos 2-3 días más va a florear todo. This is the flower. Then it makes the red berry. Excuse me, the red berry, then the flower. Jumping cactus, some gringos call it. This is a beautiful bush, huh, Bobby?
Yeah.
How big it is.
Lots of blooms.
And look at all of it gonna come. And then prickly pear cactus. Again, we're just a little bit early. Gosh, it's been years since it rained, right?
Seems like it.
Then on the 5th and 6th of April, well, they had more rain than they liked in Cameron County. You guys could have used that 15 inches up here.
You bet we'd have been happy for it.
You got maybe, what, 3 or 4?
4 is what my neighbors got. I hadn't checked the rain gauges here yet today, but something between 2 and 4.
But it's going to be a beautiful spring, ladies and gentlemen. 2-3 días más va a florear todo.
Lots of blooms.
With Bob Glick in Brooks County. Steve Walker, this is Border Outdoors. Let's take a break. Listen to the rain fall, Bobby.
Sounds good.
It's great. Listen, when you kill something, you gotta eat it, right? And before you eat it, you gotta clean it. Mr. Glick is gonna show us the quick and easy way to clean a wild turkey. We have a bucket of hot water right here. Where do you want to put, senor?
Let's just set it right here.
Take the tag off. How many turkey are you allowed to?
You can do 2 in the spring or 2 in the fall, but a total of 3 for the whole year.
The whole year.
You need to dip it in nice, hot, scalding water and give it enough time that it will loosen the feathers. Sometimes if you put a little dish soap in with it, it'll penetrate the feathers a little faster and go a little quicker. But this is a nice young bird, and he's going to pick easy anyway. So I didn't put any dish soap in. Need to be sure to get the whole bird, tail and all.
Tail too?
Yeah, particularly tail. That's one of the harder parts to pick.
And of course, if somebody wanted to save some of the tail feathers, they'd want to
pluck them out first. A lot of people want to cut a fan. I probably should have done that. You cut the tail out and you make a nice fan. Make a fan, hang the beard underneath. It makes a real nice mount.
It is
easy.
Nice mount. It is a nice mount.
Let's see if that's enough. If they come out easy, it is. Yeah. These should come out easy. Yeah, they do. Perfectly clean bird. I shot for his head. It looks like that must have been where I got him because there's Doesn't seem to be any other holes in him. Nice sized Jake for a small family.
This will feed 2 people easy, won't it?
Oh, easy with plenty of leftover
For sandwiches.
sandwiches or that gravy and all the good stuff, the better parts. I've cut open the craw of this turkey that we killed's craw to see what's in it. Looks like we got one small beetle right there and a small berry that I can't identify, and a lot of small seeds and some corn that we feed our turkey year-round to keep them in good health. Normally, I'd expect to see a lot of grasshoppers. There's another small berry. But apparently there's so much good stuff they're not eating the grasshoppers. There's another small pink bug I can't identify. Another beetle. Another beetle. That's about it. He looks to be healthy.
This country here has so much variety of wildlife to it, too. You were telling me some big cat stories. Repeat that big cat story for me.
Yeah, back a few years ago, we have another ranch that's on the other side of 281, and I never did see any of these big cats, but I found several deer skulls that had been crushed. And as far as I know, the only thing that crushes those skulls like that is jaguars. And they say there's not too many or maybe none in the valley, but I certainly believe that there was a good chance there was some on that small ranch.
You can't ever say never when it comes to wildlife, particularly big, major predatory animals.
I understand jaguars have a real wide range, too, so
they're not going to give up.
It didn't seem unfeasible to me.
They're not going to give up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're not going to give up. If they have to go,
Let's
they'll
roll
go.
in.
That doesn't sound like a mountain lion. Well, Bob, I tell you what, isn't it a great thing to have this rain?
Sure is.
I mean, it just makes the difference, doesn't it? It just makes the difference. I want to thank you very much for letting us join you on this thing. It was a pleasure watching you work. It really was. I'm Steve Walker with Bob Glick in Brooks County, Texas. This is Border Outdoors. Que le vaya bonito. Transportation for Border Outdoors is provided courtesy of Frank Smith, Mac Allen.
Join us again next weekend for another Border Outdoors, brought to you by L&F Distributors, Bud Light.